thrash the opposition. I think that'll be a similar scenario here. Obviously, some people are crabbing Marlborough on his jumping at Leopardstown at the Dublin Racing Festival. Made a couple of mistakes, but you got to remember he's still learning. Like that's only his second run over fences, so he's only going to improve from that. They're obviously going to go a quicker pace here, which I think will suit him again. He's going to improve again. I mean, what's not to like here? I think he's 8 to 13, but I think you can argue he should be even shorter than that. You look at the main dangers. Obviously, the Skeleton horse, Loda Sud, is second favourite. Only just managed to beat Roubaud last time. A good horse, but I'm still not convinced by that horse off the bridle. And Marlborough will just really be pouring it on late. So I think that is my first banker of the festival. Do you want me to go in with a second?
No, I'll go with mine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain you know who I'm going to be saying, and I'm sure the viewers will know who I'm going to be saying. He absolutely won me a fortune last year. He was my banker of the meeting last year, and he's going to be my banker of the meeting this year again. T Hoopu. So I just think he's laid out for the race again. I think he'll win again. I think he'll win going away. I think it'll be a convincing. I'm actually going to back him to be the longest distance winner for the festival as well. So, and it's a tricky one, but I believe he's my banker of the festival. I think he's odds against. You can get 11 to 10. I think it's a great price. I think he should be a 2 to 5 shot, and he's my banker for the Cheltenham Festival at 2025. So go on, let's go with your second selection. Who's your second banker
Yeah.
for Cheltenham Festival 2025?
So my second one doesn't take a lot of thinking, and it's Gallopin Des Champs to win 3 Gold Cups in a row. Now, there's quite a difference in prices actually. Some firms are 8 to 13, whereas some are 2 to 5. Um, it's hard to say what sort of price you'll get on the day because it depends what Factor File does. If he goes for the Ryanair, then you could end up more towards 2 to 5. If he runs in the race, then yeah, it'll be around 8 to 13. But looking back through the years, this is the shortest price favourite in a Gold Cup since Best Mate won it for a third year in 2004. So that tells you how good this horse is. He's got everything. He can get himself out of trouble. He's got a little bit of tactical speed. He stays forever, and I'm struggling to see anything in here that can trouble him. I suppose the only thing is if the ground is on the quick side, and then Banbridge makes a race of it. That's the only thing I can really see. Um, I like Monty Star as a horse. I think he could be a bit of an each way player, but Galloping he was absolutely awesome at Leopardstown, again winning that race. And to me, he looks better than ever. I don't know what your opinion is, but I
Yeah,
propose him.
I think he wins it. Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. I think he's the best horse in the race. My only concern is when I'm choosing a banker, like sometimes because it can be a muddling race or a horse falls in front of it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I prefer going with the hurdling races because another horse can fall in front or unseat or cause a little bit of unrest or something like that. But yeah, I think he's the best horse in the race, and I think he wins it. If I'm being honest with you, but
yeah.
I, I,
It's
I
to me, I am actually the opposite of that. I prefer going to the chases because
oh really?
I just feel like he's been there, he's got that experience, he's done it before, um, and I don't know, I just feel like horses respect fences more than hurdles. I feel like you can sort of make a small mistake over hurdles, and that could actually cause you to fall. Whereas if you're going to fall over a fence, I feel like it's normally a pretty obvious blunder.
I agree with what you're saying. It's a long. I mean, for me, my second banker is Constitutional, and I'd sooner
Yeah.
take 8 to 11 on a horse that looked like he's back to full fitness, the horse that absolutely smashed Losimouth
Mm.
and the best version of Losimouth and giving him weight. And I feel like that's the only horse that could have beat him if there was going to be a horse to beat him. And from all the signs of what they're saying at Nicky Henderson's yard, he's only improved since then. I
Mm.
feel like I feel like he would be my nap of the meeting, Constitutional, but I'm just staying loyal to Tiupu. But if my head's telling me Constitutional's the nap of the meeting, I think he's the best hurdler I've ever seen. Borderline, like better than Isterbrak, and that's like a big statement to say. I
Yeah.
think he's probably going to go chasing next year, and I think he's going to be an incredible chaser as well. It's great to see him back, and that what happened over Christmas was breathtaking for me, because I don't think he was.
Some people are arguing Lossiemouth weren't at her best there, but you think he just took her off her feet
I just
and
think he took her off her feet, and I just think Constitutional was unbelievable. I mean,
yeah.
maybe she wasn't at her best, but
See,
like,
I'm in two minds with it. I think it was. I don't think she's a 2 miler anymore. I think she's more of a 2.5 miler.
yeah,
So I think it was a bit of her getting outpaced, but I still think he was pretty awesome. You watch him. I think it was 2 out. He jumped so quick,
yeah,
and if you know if Brighter Days Ahead comes to this race and tries to go hard off the front, I think that's just going to play into his hands even
yeah.
more. So
I think
I'm with you on that one.
Brighter Days Ahead goes hard, and I think all's what happens is the distance of what Constitution it wins by in
Mm.
lengths just goes up. I think that it's one of them. I'd love to go like over whatever it is. So let's say it's over 8 lengths. I'd love to
Yeah,
go over
yeah,
8 lengths if I know Brighter Days Ahead's going to go hard. I don't think Brighter Days Ahead can lay up with Constitutional. But if he's a slower pace, then Constitutional might win on the bit and win by 4 lengths. So at that point, I'm like, do I really want to go and lengthen the odds and go for a 2-1 shot for him to
yeah,
win at a certain margin? But that's the tricky part of backing overs, if you get what I mean, where they
yeah.
might win on the bit and they
Well,
could
that's
have.
why you get such good prices from, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
But it could be a good price because Brighthead Days Ahead could go toe for toe, and if Brighthead goes toe for toe, I think Constitutional wins the race with 15 lengths because I think he's just going to go and pull clear. But if it's a muddling race, then he'll only win with a few lengths. But I can't see
yeah,
past Constitutional, and I love the horse, and I've said it all the way back. I'd just love to see him come back and everything he's done. And now in hindsight, I look back on what Nicky Henderson did, and fair play to him. He's done right by the horse, and he looks like he's got him back to full fitness.
yeah.
So
I suppose from your point of view, you want Brighter Days Ahead to go for this race
yeah.
because if she does come out, the price will be really short.
Well, I've
Just
already got Constitutional at a good. I've already got him at odds against.
yeah,
Um, my only downside is I went for Constitutional odds against, and I went for Sergino as well, going knowing that this is at the time where Sergino was going to be going for the champion hurdle.
yeah,
And I thought Constitutional is going to come back. They're not going to want to have Sergino laying up against Constitutional. Therefore, Sergino will go for the Arkle, and obviously he's got injured. So, but
yeah,
I've got Constitutional odds against. So, in to a certain degree, you could say I don't want Brighter Hazelhead to run, but I
yeah,
think he
yeah.
beats whoever's in front of him. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's
I just feel like I know it's a bit silly to say the vibes and all that, but it does look like he's got him back to
yeah,
where he had him. I think,
yeah,
and the 2 runs he's had, he wouldn't even know he's had a race, would he?
yeah,
When he beat Lossiemouth, he didn't look overexerted, and then he won. Obviously, he made that bad mistake at the last on trials day,
yeah,
but again, he didn't really lose any momentum, did he? When he made it, and
yeah,
kept the fact that he stayed on his feet shows you he was full of running still.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
And now he's had the racecourse gallop, so I think he's going to be absolutely
yeah,
spot on. You know, I've never I've never really loved this horse, right? Because I got sent a message for it before it won at Sandown, saying back it for the Supreme, and I never did. So it was one of them where I was I backed John Bon in the Supreme. Obviously, he beat me there.
yeah,
So I've had that weird relationship with the horse where I've never fully got
yeah,
behind him, but I just so going into this festival, I was thinking, I want to try and oppose him,
yeah,
but I can't go against him. I think he's not got much to beat, to be honest. So
yeah. I agree. Well, anyone who's watching this though, anyone who loves following Joe's tips, that 4 timer there, my two bankers, Joe's things, we worked it out. What was it? 8.2, 8.3 to 1.
yeah, it was around eight to
Um,
one. Yeah,
8 to 1. So let's hope the 4 bankers come in between us and we get some winners up last year. I don't know if any of you have watched any of the videos from last year, but I think we had something like 21 out of 28 winners. Again, go back and watch the videos from last year. You'll see them. There was up 2,
I was,
3, 4 weeks.
I
See
was
you
against,
through, yeah.
I was against it last year, wasn't I?
You was, yeah.
I've learnt my lesson.
But 21 out of 28 winners. It was a great Cheltenham Festival. Great lot of videos. We've got them all up early as well. We had them up a couple of weeks before. So there are 4 bankers. We're going to follow on with some outsiders, some each way shots, some lucky 15 bets, all at Cheltenham Festival for this year. So we hope you like the video. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know who your bankers are for the Cheltenham Festival. We'd love to know who they are. We'll follow them and see what happens. And obviously, if you get the winners up, we'll give you the love heart on the comment and say, oh, well done. So let's hope we can beat the bookies at Cheltenham Festival in 2025.